evening from Houston, Texas, United States of America. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and the Nightingale Radio International. From Houston, Texas, United States of America. Today is Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. It's a pleasure being with you. I hope you all had a pleasant day at work. And those who are going, we wish you the very best in your endeavors. Today, I come in continuation of our discussion right here at ONN, our studios in Houston. We are going to be talking about the diaspora, the Nigerian diaspora today. Oftentimes, Nigerians in Nigeria will accuse the diaspora population of one thing or the other. But today I'm going to be setting the record straight on one very important issue that has dominated the Nigerian political discourse. And that is about the emergence of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, who was committed to Mother Earth today, after 82 years here on Earth. Years he was president of Nigeria. First, a military head of state in Nigeria. He toppled a civilian administration on December 31st, 1983. He was there until 1986, when his own government was toppled by General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. And again in 2015, Muhammadu Buhari resurfaced after 4 times of contesting for the presidency of Nigeria to emerge president of Nigeria through a very difficult process, to a time when choices were limited. The race was between him and the ex-president Goodluck Jonathan. But before we go into the nitty-gritty of what we are going to be talking about today, I welcome all those who are joining us here at ONN for the very first time. We sincerely and deeply appreciate you and formally welcome you. And we ask that you subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscription button that you are seeing right by you. And then also the notification button, so you will be able to receive continually notification about our presence online to deliver a message to the people of the world. And to our returning members, we appreciate you, our returning members and subscribers. We thank you for your loyalty. Words cannot buy it. As especially we want to be an organic channel. You have helped us reach a huge limelight. Yes, we are where we are, not because we just come here to talk every day, but because of your interest in what we talk about. Thank you very much for taking us into this strong, very powerful milestone in our journey. We have hit the 4,000 mark of subscribers. I know where we were sometime about this time last year. It's phenomenal. And most importantly, because our subscribers are organic subscribers. those who come here to teach and to learn too, those who come here to exchange ideas, those who come here to vary with us, not about all those who agree with us, but those who come here to contribute their own ideas to our subjects of discussion. We appreciate you, and we say a huge thank you, to you for taking your time always to be part of us. And we encourage you to share our message, comment, like, love, and do whatever positive you can with our message so that YouTube will continue to recommend us for potential viewers who are looking for the type of content that we share here at ONN. And we say thank you very much. Now, before I proceed, there are some very interesting things that I would love to, share with you. Some very extraordinary things. Just this afternoon, I received a notification about a message about a young Mozambican, Josina Machel. Yes. And I'm going to read from that message. It's very personally inspiring, and more importantly, because she's a woman. Josina Machel, a Mozambican liberation hero and heroine of Mozambique's freedom struggle, Josina Machel fought for women's rights and encouraged other women to join the war. She died at age 25 without seeing her dream of an independent Mozambique become a reality. Josina Machel became politically active in clandestine student groups and became a member of an underground cell of the Mozambican Liberation Front, more commonly known by its Portuguese abbreviation, Frelimo. It should be remembered that Tanzania, then under Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, offered itself as a base for those fighting for liberation, hosting forces of many movements and housed large numbers of refugees from struggles across Southern Africa. While en route, Josina and her fellow revolutionary-minded youngsters landed on hostile hands of colonial authorities in what was then Southern Rhodesia, present-day Zimbabwe. Their capture led them to being sent back to Lourenço Marques, today known as Maputo, in Mozambique, and imprisoned for several months. That's the story of Josina Machel. I went further to ask questions about this incredible woman, this unsung African heroine. And I was told that she was to be the first wife of the first independent president of Mozambique. My friend, my brother, my inspirator, Samora Machel, a great student freedom fighter, a registered nurse like me, who set everything aside and put himself up in sacrifice to fight for the liberation of his country, Mozambique, and led her to independence, and was the first independent head of state and president of that country. as a freedom fighter, or the freedom fighter that he was. If you look at the map, you will see the proximity of South Africa to Mozambique. They are next door neighbors. The apartheid institution in South Africa then was pummeling the black people in South Africa. He offered his state as a frontline state and took in many refugees fleeing South Africa and presented a base to the freedom fighters from South Africa to launch attacks, defeated and broke the back of the apartheid infrastructure in that African country. He paid a costly price. He paid with his life. When the plane he was flying into, his jet, presidential jet, was hit by a missile from apartheid, fired by apartheid South Africa, then under Peter Botha. Yes, that was 1986. Samora Machel, a great Pan-Africanist, a great freedom fighter. We stand up for you. And we will continue to fight the way you fought. And we'll continue to call on your inspiration and the inspiration of others like Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, Robert Mugabe, Kwame Nkrumah, Modibo Keita, Sekou Toure, and the rest of them who fought for the liberation of Africa, for the decolonization of Africa. The battle is not over yet. Africa still is under threat, a more dangerous threat, a more sinister threat. Africa faces a second colonization, with especially what is happening in Congo. Yes, Congo, where our great brother, Patrice Lumumba, operated, fought for their liberation, won independence for them. But Belgium and other part of Imperial Europe did not like it. They connived, including the US CIA, connived and killed him. Dipped his body in a concentrated acid, dissolved him, and somebody took his teeth, two of his teeth, as souvenir, an affront to Africa and the African people. Those two teeth were just returned a few years ago. Yes, special thank to the powerful fight put on and still being put up by her family, led by his daughter. That is the story of this great man and woman that we just talked about. Josina Machel, we greet you. And thank you very much. We welcome you to this program. Sincere and deep appreciation from me. All right, now here. Scott, thank you. Carlos, Enrique. All right. All right. Olu, why do I have a Nigerian flag up? I am a Nigerian. No matter where I am, that was where I was born. I am not going to ever turn my back on Nigeria. Nigeria is a great country, populated by bad leaders and unconscious citizens. And that is why we are here. And that is why I am on duty. All right, Manuel Codroso, thank you very much for joining us. All right, Patricia Brown, thank you. Thank you, Winky, sincere appreciation. So if you are joining us for the very first time, we call that you subscribe to our channel. And if you have been with us and you love what we have been doing, you want to support what we do, we invite you seriously and we will appreciate you. Whatever you can do to support the cause of liberation in Nigeria and Africa at large. Support us by joining our membership, deepen our relationship with you, become a member beyond subscription, send us super thanks of any amount you can afford. We will appreciate you and put it in good use to expand our message, expand our mission, and reach more people and do things to help those who are in immediate need. Thank you very much. What is your content about? My content is about freedom, liberation. And today I'm going to be talking about the diaspora involvement in Nigeria that has not been or is still not appreciated. Oftentimes, sometimes the Nigerians at home, they want to create a schism. Not all of them, just some. They want to make us look like we are not Nigerians because we live outside Nigeria. For today, I am here to set a record straight. All right? All right? Okay. Sultan Alam, don't say worship. Say you support Israel. They hate. I don't know about all that. That is not my mission here. My mission is for humanity. I don't know. And I don't like any place where people are murdered, any people who shed other people's blood. I will never be a part of them, and I will never support whatever they do. If you spill blood, like some people are spilling the blood of Nigerians, I detest them, and I will continue to preach against them. I will continue to stand against them with every oxygen I can muster. I will stand up against them because they have no right to take life. All right, before we go into this very important discussion, it has to do with the former president of Nigeria who died. People how he came to power in the first place. It's an issue of contention, a lot of debate going on right there in Nigeria right now. So much is being said about him and what drove him and what he represented here for the people of Nigeria, and how Nigerians are getting angry and saying that they will never allow any such to happen again. But time shall tell. That is Muhammadu Buhari. Okay, so there are a lot of questions about how he came to power. And then new facts are emerging. Some are becoming guilty about the roles that they play. Some are being accused, like the diaspora, being accused, though falsely, about their involvement in what led to the coming to power of Muhammadu Buhari. But I want to say one thing before I continue about what has taken over Nigeria right now. Fear. The Nigerian people are so scared now. The Nigerian people have been cowed. The Nigerian people have been reduced to robots. The Nigerian people have been reduced to to these spineless people. This is the generation of Nigerians that I'm seeing right now. It's not the type of Nigeria we were, or Nigerians we were in my time growing up. They are so scared. Everybody is scared because the people who rule Nigeria rule with an iron fist. They say it is democracy, but it's like a military rule. They use the soldiers to quell simple protests, peaceful protests. They deploy soldiers, they deploy the police, they deployed anti-riot police, all descend on innocent and defenseless citizens of Nigeria. It became a tradition that just reached a very dangerous crescendo with the drug dealer, certificate forger, and an identity thief paired with a known terrorist. He is holding the country hostage right now as president and vice president respectively. But we're going to come to all those details. So again, if you are joining us for the very first time, please subscribe to this organic channel. We are a movement, and our mission is to work for global peace, global security, global prosperity, and global stability through justice. That is what we represent. You may hear Nigeria a lot of times, you may hear Africa a lot of times, but I know that the world is not fair to everybody. You're going to hear a lot about the United States. So if you did not hear the name of your country, remove the name of whatever I say and replace it with your country mentally. If what I am talking about speaks to you and your country, you know I am hitting a home run with the truth that was spread here at ONN. Fear is what destroyed Nigeria. Fear destroys a nation. Fear is what destroyed Nigeria and reduced its citizens to toys and robots in the hands of a few enabled by the people, and who turn around to rule them, the same people, through the instruments of war and their operators called the army. The worst thing that could happen to a country is when its citizens choose to be led by those who declare war against them, using their own soldiers that they clothe and pay salaries to defend their country's territorial integrity, which they don't do, but sadly turn on the people, because the army in Nigeria sees themselves or sees itself as an army that is at a war with the Nigerian people, neglecting the area that they should be waging wars against. They are supposed to be waging wars against those who are compromising our territorial integrity. They are supposed to be waging wars about the mercenaries who were recruited to fight Nigeria. But sadly, the Nigerian armed forces, through the ignorance of its leadership, will turn the heat to protect the politicians. Yes, instead of defending their country's territorial integrity that the politicians are undermining. What a sad story of a country. One more story before I go further into this message. All right, a message, very strong message that was sent here this afternoon. Let me get that message. It's here. Yes. about the state of Nigeria. Listen to this, the people of the world. This message allegedly originated from Engineer Buba Galadima. Engineer Buba Galadima is a Nigerian, controversial Nigerian. At times he speaks the truth. He chooses the truth he wants to speak. He doesn't speak the truth at all times. But today he spoke something near the truth. All right. Engineer Buba Galadima had this to say about the Buhari, President Buhari, who died a few days ago but was buried today in accordance with Islamic laws. Here, Engineer Buba, what he had to say about Buhari and how they recruited him in politics. Some of us who recruited Buhari had a mission. And I will reveal that mission today. General Buhari came into politics. It was not his province. He never liked politicians because he believed we are fake and that we do not mean what we say. All right, that sounds like truth. But there was an incident that made some of us recruit him, convince him, and use other people to convince him to join politics, even though we had our own agenda. He went further to say, in 1999 and 2000, the OPC, OPC is a tribal organization, nefarious organization. They call them Odua People's Congress. They are from the Yoruba part of Nigeria, southwest of Nigeria. They started with agitation that they wanted a separate Yoruba state. So they created OPC. The OPC became like a monster in Nigeria. All right, go back to that message before we don't get distracted. In 1999 and 2000, the OPC, that's Odua People's Congress, was on a rampage in some parts of the country, especially in the southwest, and had inconvenienced a lot of people from this part of the country to the extent that they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin with the sole aim of uprooting what they called Fulani structures in Ilorin. Here we go. Here we go. The mission. All right. We felt that was too much. Who were they that felt that was too much? You might want to know the Fulanis. Not just all the Fulanis, the Fulani elites. They don't like to hear this. All right. We felt that was too much. And the President Obasanjo, who was in power at the time, was doing nothing. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not my president. Then governor of Lagos was doing nothing. So in other words, Olusegun Obasanjo and Bola Ahmed Tinubu looked the other way because OPC was operating an agenda that is alleged to be an agenda of the Yoruba people. Right? You see the mess in Nigeria. And the reason why we are crying that we need an open Nigeria and not a tribal Nigeria and not a religious Nigeria. All right. And some of us felt that those groups of people were being encouraged by their leaders in positions of authority. So how do we stop that? That is the Fulanis talking now. I called a meeting in Kaduna, about 34 of us. Wow, they are quick to gather. And we sat down to reason. How do we save our people from this OPC menace? You see what he said? How do we save our people? He did not say, how do we save Nigerians? He didn't say, how do we save Nigeria? How do we save our people? Who are his people? The Fulanis. Buba Galadima, thank you for your confessional statements. Everybody will take his bullet in Nigeria. Buhari just took his. Who knows who is going to be next? Live good and let your work be seen. That's what Peter Tosh said. Live clean and let your work be seen. Yes. Yes. Then I suggested that we have to, because I suggested that we have to, because you remove government through only two ways. All right. The barrel of the gun and through the ballot box. And they said it was impossible to challenge General Obasanjo. All right. So they'll be now looking for a soft target, right? That was how Buhari came to our mind. Buhari, the champion of Fulani nationalism. Yeah. That was how he came to mind. Engineer Buba Galadima, thank you. That was how Buhari came to mind, came to our mind. And when he was approached, he had very unkind words for politicians. But since he did not say he was not doing it, we still persuaded him. Right? To cut a long story short, we achieved our first purpose of putting a brake on what the OPC was doing. Immediately, Buhari joined partisan politics. We had a very big outing to initiate him into politics. The Obasanjo government became restive and was shaken to its bone marrow. Obasanjo had to really checkmate the OPC. So Obasanjo was scared of the Fulanis. So for that reason, we achieved our first purpose of bringing General Buhari into partisan politics. The remaining now is history. This is Nigeria, my country. So I know there are a lot of Nigerians now joining to watch this. You heard this from Engineer Buba Galadima. Engineer Buba Galadima is a very popular person in Nigeria. He's always on the national television, yelling. Sometimes he speaks the truth, sometimes he doesn't speak the truth. Nigeria has always been about the interest of the Fulanis, from what he's saying now, against the interest of Nigeria. They don't believe in Nigeria. A people who believe in Nigeria will not gather against their country. A people who truly believe in Nigeria will not gang up the way they ganged up in Kaduna in his house, where they brought a champion of a nepotistic organization who have been looking for ways to build their country, to seize Nigeria. They had an anchor in Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari. So you who have been crying, some are crying wolf about Buhari and his goodness. I have a lot of stuff to show you about Buhari. Buhari is a huge story. We are not going to finish his story in one day. We are going to take it one after the other, strategically, so that the world, especially Nigerians, will understand who this evil man was. And how he rallied the Fulani elites against the overall interest of Nigeria. It has always been about their interest, against the interest of Nigeria and its people. And this is why open Nigeria remains the only way forward, or the country will fall apart. On my own, going forward, I am not going to be a citizen of a Nigeria where any group of idiots from anywhere, driven by whatever madness, we act as if they own the country, and as such can do whatever they want unchallenged. If you are hearing me, you are hearing me. And if you are hearing me and you share what you believe in what I'm saying, be ready. Join us at the Open Nigeria Movement on Facebook. Just type at Open Nigeria Movement. Yes, Open Nigeria now. Type in as we are speaking. If you are Nigerian right now, as we are speaking, type in Open Nigeria now. At Open Nigeria now. You will see it on Facebook. All right? You will see a logo with Open Nigeria in it. Green logo. With a sign that says, this message will go bigger and bigger and bigger until it gets to those who need it for their redemption. So join us now at Open Nigeria now. Nigeria is a broken country. Yes, I will say yes, and I will say no. Nigeria is a broken country. The people of Nigeria are the broken people. The country is where it is. The country is an expression, beautiful geographical expression. The people of Nigeria are broken. And if you read what I stated there before, you would have seen what I said about fear. We live in fear. And the fear, well, somehow is genuine. But how long are we going to be afraid? We must get to that point where we will learn to say no, enough is enough. We must get to a point where we'll understand that freedom does not come free. You have to fight for it. Oppressors never award you freedom. If you heard what I just said, what I just read, maybe I may be prompted to read it again. The statement of Buba Galadima, the mission, their mission. So it is clear from this that what we have been dealing with is a Fulani mission. An elitist Fulani mission, not the mission of the Fulani or all, not for the benefit of the Fulanis. This benefits Fulani elites who have been manipulating Nigeria for their selfish interest against the interest of the whole of Nigeria. They are the enemy that we must unite to fight. They are the ones spearheading the coalition that you call ADC. That is why we are telling people, get the fuck out of that ADC coalition. Because you don't belong there. It's not the coalition of the Nigerian people. If it was the coalition of the Nigerian people, it would be so organic and everybody would be inside deep. What they are doing today is similar to what they did in 1999 when they ganged up. Because whenever they are not directly in power, whenever these Fulani elites are not in power, they get frenzied. They are not comfortable without being the one in charge. 10 out of 13 times that we have head of states. They have been heads of state 10 times. 10 Fulanis, directly or remotely, have ruled Nigeria. What did they do? They took turn to run the country down. Are you happy if you're a Nigerian watching me right now? Are you happy with the state of Nigeria? Tell me. We want to hear from you. If you're a Nigerian watching me right now, if you're a Nigerian here watching me right now, look to the east, look to the west, look to the north, look to the south. Tell me how happy you are if you're a Nigerian. Tell me how happy you are if you're a Nigerian from the north. Honestly, tell me how happy you are. Don't play games. Don't lie. Don't hide behind religion. Don't hide behind religion. Tell me how happy you are. Who are the people making the money? Who are the people owning refineries? Why are 4 refineries in Nigeria not working? 4 refineries in Nigeria not working. What grounded the Nigerian economy? Why are so many mercenaries everywhere in Nigeria? Why are our farmers scared of going to their farms? Why are our women being raped? Why are the roads no more safe for travel in Nigeria? Tell me, what is responsible for the food insecurity in Nigeria? Tell me why Nigeria has become a most unsafe country on earth. Tell me why. You are a Nigerian. Are you happy? Yes. If you are not happy, join us at Open Nigeria now. And now, if you are a Nigerian, go to Facebook right now. I'm so sorry, I forgot I should have shared that link before I started this broadcast. So you can hop on directly to it. We need to build an organic movement of all Nigerians, both from the east, west, north, and south. Nigerians who have liberated themselves from mental slavery. Nigerians who don't care about that religion is that is going to help them build a country. Nigerians who are not interested anymore in over-amplifying their tribe or tribal inclination. Nigerians who want to be Nigerians. Nigerians who want to be Nigerians like Americans are Americans. Nigerians who want to be Nigerians like Germans. People in Germany are Germans. Yes. Nigerians who want to be like, who see Nigeria like the Spanish people see Spain. Nigerians who want to see their country like Mexicans see Mexico. Yes. Nigerians who want to be like citizens of South Africa, who see their country as South Africa, and they are willing to do anything, including attacking fellow Africans. Yes. Nigerians, where are you? They have used fear to kill us. Everybody is scared. All we do is to run away. So they have established themselves. It's from what? Let me read it again. If you are just joining me, you are Nigerian. Listen, I don't care who you are, where you come from. The great thing, I am working with a lot of Fulani, young Fulani men and women who are not happy with what Fulani elites have turned Nigeria into. And the reason they are unhappy is because these people are endangering them. These people have collectively helped Nigeria brand the Fulanis entirely as a bad people. So there are Fulanis who are unhappy and are working as Nigerians with me on this project. They don't feel bad because they know that I don't hate Fulanis as a whole. They know that I am working for the interest of our country. That we become an open system with free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity to every Nigerian to grow and develop, progress and prosper according to their abilities. Yeah, all Nigerians to grow to grow, to develop and grow, progress and prosper according to their abilities and levels of competency in an environment that is safe and non-threatening, like what we have today, where everybody is scared of moving too far. You move out in Nigeria these days, you're only sure of when you were living. You can't be sure if you make it back. Open Nigeria now is the only way. Open Nigeria now is the only way. I live in the United States. I've traveled up to 48 of America's 50 states. The only states I've never been to is Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii and Alaska. Those are two states. Outside that, I've been to every other state in the US. Spent a good amount of time in each one of them. And you know, the standard is the same. The behaviors, the attitudes, the demography may look a little different. But the standards are the same. As I'm speaking right now, I'm in Houston, Texas. If I decide to leave, to go to Iowa tomorrow, I won't have to worry 1 minute on arrival to Iowa that I'm going to be one stranger. I will go and start applying for jobs tomorrow. I'm a nurse, and I believe that within 48 hours, I will get a nursing job. I will get an apartment, and I will start living life. The only thing I will remember is how long it took me to drive from Houston with the U-Haul, with all my baggages to Iowa. Could be it Des Moines, Iowa, or somewhere else that I'm going to be living in. It ends there. The next day, I'm at work. Meet new friends. And life begins in Iowa. If I'm tired in Iowa, I want to move to Ohio or Illinois, which is not too far from there. The same thing. But you can't move to Nigeria, move anywhere in Nigeria. In 2023 here, in Lagos, some people were driving the Igbos to leave Lagos for them because Lagos is not their place. Citizens of Nigeria, Lagos is a federal capital territory inside Nigeria. You are driving Nigerians away from their country. Driving them where? Their country. No American has ever walked up to me to ask me to leave America and go back to Nigeria. Never. They may say it behind the scene. They can't say it to my face because they know that the laws forbid them from saying so. I don't care what they are doing right now, that some people are being deported. Yes. From here, they say they are illegal immigrants. But they don't do it to everybody. But I lived in Nigeria. I lived in Kano. I worked in Kano at the National Orthopedic Hospital in Kano. Here is my mark. Did you see this mark, this dark point, this place that you are seeing? I was stabbed. I was stabbed because some people who are crazy, some people were crazy that I am not a Muslim, so I must die for living in a part of my country, in the north of Nigeria. I am not wanted there because Reinhard Bonnke came to preach in 1991 in Kano. I'm not even a Christian. I didn't carry the signboard of Jesus Christ on my head. I did not carry the signposts of Jesus and Christianity everywhere. These people started killing people from house to house inside their country. Inside their country. And who are those who mastermind this? Fulani elites. Fulani elites. They are the governors, They are the senators. They are name it. They are everything in that north of Nigeria. And they come in the name of the north. They come in the name of the north. Hide behind the large population of the Hausa people to commit mayhem. And the Hausa people take the blame. Because they come, they say, the people, our people, the rest of Nigeria will see them as Hausas, that they are not. They kill and maim, discriminate and destroy in the name of the North. They speak Hausa, and everybody thinks that they are Hausas, and they blame the Hausas for it. But now, good thing, the Hausas are beginning to wake up. They are beginning to stand up for themselves. They are beginning to stand up for their race. And above all, they are beginning to stand up for Nigeria. So they come in the name of this dead North. The North is dead. B-A-D, D-E-A-D, dead. Nothing will resurrect that North of Nigeria. That political North that they have used to hold Nigeria hostage is gone, dead and buried. And actually, it died finally with a Buhari yesterday and was buried today. Yes, those who have ears, listen. Now, we are not in the Nigeria of yesteryears. We are not in the Nigeria of Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Ahmadu Bello. We are in a different Nigeria right now. A Nigeria populated by citizens who are asking a lot of questions. A Nigeria that is populated by young people who want to be free to express themselves as Nigerians. Those are the people that I represent. Those are the people whose message I carry. I am not scared. We are going to get that Nigeria. If we don't get an open Nigeria, Nigeria will fall apart and splatter. That is exactly what it is. These people don't want a Nigeria that is united. They are the reason this is a schism in Nigeria. They are the ones who will tell you about not. You don't hear South as much. If you are hearing South now, it's a new nationalism that is breeding in response to this madness from the North. Yes, that Fulani elites have been driving for their own benefit all the years. They destroyed everything. They don't love the country. They don't want the country to progress. They don't want the country to be one because they have an agenda, and their agenda is to build a Fulani nation in Nigeria, to exterminate the whole of Nigeria or beat us into stupor, and then those who are left will become puppets, and they will take over Nigeria. So if you are that Nigerian that is sleeping, not that Nigerian who thinks that it's not my business. Oh, when they say go and register to vote, you say you will not register because your vote will not count. Who told you? You are the reason your vote is not counting. How did you vote last time? Were you involved in tribalism? When you ought to wake up? Yes, I agree with you. Ruto must go. Ruto is as bad as Bola Tinubu. Ruto is as bad as Muhammadu Buhari and all those who are emasculating Nigeria. So I support you. Ruto must go. Like Bola Ahmed Tinubu must go. But Bola must go by the standard of the Nigerian people, and not because some Fulani say so. Because they were the ones who helped him to compromise all of our strategic institutions to come to power. So they think they can come and remove him. So that is why we will not be part of their ADC. Their ADC is a gang up to grab power. They are power grabbers. They don't do anything with the power that they get. 64 years of being in their apartheid. What did they do? They wrecked our country. They destroyed the country completely. They destroyed the educational system because they hate standard. We got independence the same time. And they created a schism. Oh, they are educationally disadvantaged. They won't hire good teachers. Instead of hiring good teachers who are Nigerians, they will say Igbos. They are scared of Igbos. Teaching their own people how to wake up and be good students and be good people. Yes, Do you want to hear what Muhammadu Buhari said at independence? That what he said about the Igbos, and that if when they want to hire people, he said they will hire a white man first before they will hire a Nigerian. Yes. That when they hire the Nigerian, they will hire him or her as a contract worker in his country, in her country. Yes. He said so. I will play it before I leave. So you see what we are dealing with. But before I go, let me read this from Buba Galadima. I read it earlier, so everybody who did not hear will hear clearly. Some of us, that's how they are talking about how they recruited Buhari into politics. All right, Buhari is a dumb ass. You know, I don't know how he made it through the military because he's from that north. They will promote you even if you are failing because they hate standard. So, how they brought Buhari to power. Some of us who recruited Buhari had a mission. And I will reveal that mission. This is according to Buba Galadima. He said, I will reveal that mission today. General Buhari came into politics. It was not his province. He never liked politicians because he believed we are fake and that we do not mean what we say. But there was an incident that made some of us recruit him, convince him, and use other people to convince him to join politics. Even though we had our own agenda. What is that agenda? The agenda was to take over Nigeria by all means necessary, including through the use of force, including through the use of mercenaries, terrorists, and bandits. That is the mission. Is that not what we are experiencing in Nigeria today? That is it. All right, confession. In 1999 and 2000, the OPC was on a rampage in some parts of Nigeria, especially in the southwest, and had inconvenienced a lot of people from this part of the country to the extent that they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin with the sole aim of uprooting what they call the Fulani structure in Ilorin. Did you hear that, Nigerian? If you are still naive and stupid, now get sense in your head. And when you say that the Fulani plan to take Nigeria by all means necessary is real, is well and alive. And I don't apologize for saying it the exact way. I am reading the script of one of them, Buba Galadima. This is not my speech. That is his. We felt that was too much. And President Obasanjo was doing nothing. So why should the Fulanis be so overprotected to the detriment of the rest of Nigeria? What stands them out as this special race that nobody can touch in Nigeria? And why is it that other people in Nigeria can be touched but them? Why is it that they are always at the forefront of touching and destroying, killing other people, and nobody can fight back? This is something Nigerians must fix. And now is the time to fix it. Yes. All right. We felt that was too much, and President Obasanjo was doing nothing. Bola Ahmed, then governor of Lagos, was doing nothing. And some of us felt that those groups of people were being encouraged by their leaders in positions of authority. So how do we stop that? I called a meeting in Kaduna, about 34 of us, and we sat down to reason. How do we save our people from this OPC menace? I suggested that we have to, because you remove government through only two ways. They are always, after being in power, they are always about when it doesn't benefit them, they will have to remove whatever they have to remove. What a people. Yes. And what a country of a people. 250 million Nigerians overpowered by corrupt and morally bankrupt elites from a minority tribe inside the country. The population of the whole of the Fulanis in Nigeria is not up to 10 million. Yes, it's not up to 10 million, but they are manipulating over 250 million Nigerians. Is that not to say that something is wrong with the rest of us? Yes, something is. I don't come here to tell people what they want to hear. I want you to get angry, to wake up, and now start asking yourself a question. To you who go dancing about, you who say Yahoo, Yahoo is your business. You young girl who is buying Brazilian hair, you don't have a job, but you live a life of opulence. Yes, you need to ask a question, because one day you will not have a platform to express all those things. Now is the time to stand up for Nigeria. And that is the reason we are inviting you once again to the Open Nigeria Now movement. Yes. Open Nigeria Now movement. All right, let's go further. All right. And when, how to change power. The barrel of gun, which is what they are used to. They have already, they control the army of Nigeria. Their armed forces are in their hands. The command and control infrastructure of the armed forces is in their hands. In their hands. So that is why the army of Nigeria, the Nigerian army is not the army of the Nigerian people. It's a Fulani army in Nigerian emblem. Take it to the bank. What controls the Nigerian army is not Christopher Musa. Christopher Musa doesn't even know what is happening about the control of the Nigerian army. Oluyede, the chief of army staff, Bola Tinubu's chief of army staff, doesn't even know what is going on. They are announcers. You see, every time Boko Haram kill people, they rush there to announce. After the announcement, it ends. They make tough statement that is never matched with action. And then we go and wait. Give them guaranteed. And in another few days, they are somewhere announcing when they hit again. That is what. How long are we going to continue like this? Something is not right with Nigeria, and that thing has to be broken. And you and I and all of us have to unite to break it. I am not a fan of running away from Nigeria. I am not a fan of running. They are invaders. Osman Danfodio came into Nigeria as an invader. So we must not sit by and allow his descendants drive us away from Nigeria. Why should I be going to form a Oduduwa Republic? Why should I be forming Biafra? For real, why? Why should I? Then who am I going to run our country away from? And then cede our land to invaders, children of invaders that we have accepted. We allow them, okay, let's be Nigerians together, but they don't want to be Nigerians. They want to continue to dominate us, minority dominating us. That is apartheid that Nigeria invested so much money to fight against in South Africa. Are we crazy? The people of Nigeria, we are crazy. Seriously, we are crazy. We are a very crazy people. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us, Nigerians? We are so scared. Oh, Fulani, they carry gun. They carry gun. Yes, carry gun. Not be them go buy that gun. You go find gun. Let us, if that's what they want, let's shoot up the country. Nobody talks to them. You see the police, Inspector General is another useless man. He sees all, they know all this. They can't do anything. They will arrest terrorists before the next minute they are released. Because some people are so special. No, that special status is cancelled. Buhari ended it. It's gone with him. He was their champion. He's gone. He will never resurrect again. That power is broken. Dead, dead, dead. Nigerians, are you listening? Share this message. Who won't cry, make a cry. Some are not happy that we speak this truth. We must not give them the room. There's a little rat that one of my boys, they'll be sharing him. Very small boy. He's just already growing into being a mastermind of terrorism. Every time he says something, they say, but they are not sharing my message. I'm sure if you're a Nigerian, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have time looking for him. I don't want to validate him. They share his message. Small boy is not even up to 30 years. Every time he says something, Nigerians are sharing it. Insulting your fathers, insulting your mothers, insulting you. And you are a youth like him. You keep quiet instead of looking for him. If you have to slap the hell out of him, you slap him. And so that he can shut up his mouth. That was how El-Rufai started. They start small. Hitler started small. Because they overlooked him, he grew wings, he grew tail, and then strong enough to take on the whole of the world. Yes. That is how they start. That is how terrorists start. We have to cut them short. Now is the time. All right. Buhari was approached. He had unkind words for politicians. But since he did not say he was not going to do it, he agreed. To cut a long story, we persuaded him. All right, to cut a long story short, we achieved our first purpose of putting a brake on what the OPC was doing. Immediately, Buhari joined partisan politics. We had a big outing to initiate him. Yeah, into politics. The Obasanjo government became restive. All right, now, Obasanjo became afraid of Buhari and was taken. Obasanjo was a coward anyway. Has always been. It's an opportunist, yes. He became restive and shaken to his bone marrow. Obasanjo had to really checkmate OPC. All right. For that reason, we achieved our first purpose of bringing General Buhari into partisan politics. The remaining now is history. The remaining now is history. Buhari, a general from the Fulani race, organized the Boko Haram that has become an Achilles heel of Nigeria. He was their grand commander. So Buhari is Boko Haram. Boko Haram is Buhari. We elected Boko Haram commander as president of Nigeria for 8 years. And he took time to undermine and destroy the country's national security architecture. And we are still looking for the masterminds of terrorism. We are stupid people. We are very stupid people. Now, Nigerian army is chasing Bello Truji. Bello Truji is a nobody. Bello Truji is a victim of those who mastermind terrorism. He is a boy. Why are you not coming after Saad Abubakar, the impostor sitting as the Sultan of Sokoto? Why are you not taking into custody El-Rufai? Why are you not even asking Atiku question? Aminu Tambuwal, Bala Usman, governor of Bauchi State. They know them. They know them. Hadi Sirika. All right? They know all of them. They know them. Abubakar Malami as Attorney General. All right, who never tried one Boko Haram member. Yusuf Bichi, director of DSS. Director of DSS, who did nothing when Boko Haram came and operated 3 hours, for 3 hours, at the national prison, the biggest prison in Nigeria. Yes, they freed all Boko Haram inmates in detention. Yusuf Bichi did nothing. And he continued his job as the director of DSS. And you are asking me why Nigeria is the way it is, why Nigeria's security is compromised. You know, this is like a national policy to destroy Nigeria under Buhari. And this is what they have achieved. They have disordered Nigeria. Honestly, I am I'm an optimist. Otherwise, I would say there's nothing to fight for in Nigeria because we have been defeated. Yes. We have been defeated. And this is the reason for this broadcast. One thing, when Buhari came to power, before his ascension to power, Goodluck Jonathan was president for 6 years. Goodluck Jonathan was like a man whom the Almighty God, that's a political miracle. Because I'm not sure that in his wildest imagination that he ever thought he was going to be president of Nigeria. Miraculously, he was made vice president of Nigeria. And miraculously, the president of Nigeria, Yaradua, died. Good man. He was a very good man. Yaradua was a good Fulani man from Nigeria. He loved Nigeria. He was a patriot. He was a pan-Nigerianist. He is not like Buhari. He's not like any of these pieces of shit that call themselves northern leaders. Yaradua died. They did not want him to ascend to become the president, even though that's what the constitution says. When a president dies, who takes over? The vice president. These criminals who call themselves northern leaders, who think that, though erroneously, that they own Nigeria, did not want Goodluck Jonathan to become president. That became an issue. We in the diaspora stepped in. We mounted so much pressure until he was made president via a laughable doctrine of necessity, as stated by this criminal called David Mark. Once again, now at the center of a fake political coalition. A failed military officer, a failed senator, a failed Senate president, a failure, all-round failure, very corrupt and morally bankrupt man. This is the chairman of ADC right now, David Mark I'm talking to. Yes. The man who scuttled the best election held in 1993 in Nigeria. How can he be? Truly, how can he be the face of leadership in a sane Nigeria? Nigerians, something is wrong with our head. I did not exclude myself, even if say I know something, and I want the best for the country. Something they wrong with majority of the people's head. Because every time they want to do an election, these same people will come forward. Our people will prefer to play second fiddle. You see our people looking for and jostling to be vice president to criminals from a minority tribe in Nigeria. Shame on all of us, Nigerians, for it. Yes. Now, Goodluck Jonathan had an opportunity to do everything right, undo the damage done to Nigeria. He chose not to do it. Once he became president, he came to Houston. Twice I met him in Houston. We talked what he should do, including granting Diaspora's right to vote, so that all the fraud that they do in Nigeria will cancel it from here. He agreed to all that. We went to Nigeria and turned his back on us and started working with these criminals. They call themselves northern elders, northern leaders, northern religious leaders, northern nonsense, northern that. You know what they told him? They told him to fire the chairman of the Nigerian National Population Commission, who had mapped out Nigeria for a scientific, a biometric census that will put an end to all the frauds that they have been committing with our country's population. So Nigeria can plan and actualize their plan for the best of our citizens. These criminals who call themselves northern leaders, northern elites, they will go to Mauritania, they go to Mali, they go to Chad, they go to Niger, they go to Morocco to import people, to give them Nigerian IDs, to register to be Nigerians, to vote in Nigerian elections, to be counted as Nigerians in order to boost a population that is not supported by biology. That was what Dr. Festus Odumegu wanted to counter. And what did they do? They were scared that if they allowed him to go ahead and do that census, they will be exposed. And all the lies, including the money that they budget for states across Nigeria that they put into their pocket, and then put outside to the millions of them on the streets with no food, and make them beggars like they have always been, instead of putting them in school. They know that they will lose all those money. So they put pressure on Jonathan Goodluck to fire Dr. Festus Odumegu. So if you are one of those apostles of Jonathan Goodluck, you better stop being his apostle. He's one of the worst presidents Nigeria has ever produced. He sold out. They promised him their support for his second term agenda. If he will fire Festus, Dr. Festus Odumegu. I've been looking for that man. I don't know if he's still alive. I want to interview him on my show. Jonathan Goodluck agreed. He fired Dr. Festus Odumegu and they replaced him with a Fulani. Was there census? All right. Now, the election came. They already positioned Buhari, a great terrorist, the man that they recruited, according to Buba Galadima. That was their agenda. They are very manipulative. They are smart. I give it to them. The rest of us have been stupid. Now, are we going to learn that we stop being stupid? Nigerians, for the great part, we are mostly stupid people. We, Nigerians, are stupid. We say that we have so much education. See Fulanis, little Fulani elites. Sit down, 34 of them sat in Kaduna to plot the destruction of Nigeria. And they will come and fake an election. And all of us will be lying inside the rain and the sun and be voting for nonsense. Yes. When the time came, they presented Buhari. Buhari, what did he do? He unleashed relentless orgy of violence to intimidate the Nigerian people. Everywhere was on fire. And where there was no fire, they were threatening fire and brimstone. All Nigerians became scared. Oh, let them give them power. So, they voted. Yes, me, I got mad at Jonathan Goodluck. I was mad because he stabbed me and members of the diaspora population in the back. We who supported him, we who put pressure on Nigeria to make him president. He stabbed us in the back. So we left him alone. He drowned. And they stampeded him out of power. He could have, I know that he would have offered some resistance. But when he looked left, right, and said, there was no diaspora to support him anymore. He had to cave him or he would die. They were all armed, ready to kill him. So when they say he gave up power, he's a gentleman. No, he did not give power because he was not willing to give that power because he sold out. And when you sell out, you pay a price. Jonathan Goodluck sold out. You know why I'm saying this? I'm here today. I'm angry. I made a post today about that Buhari will be the last Fulani jihadist to rule Nigeria. Somebody challenged me that we in the diaspora were responsible. It was we who brought Buhari to power. How did I bring Buhari to power? Jonathan Goodluck sold out. He was the one. He was the only one who voted for him through his stupid actions. Not me. How did I? So I said, no, the diaspora did not. Now, let me read what I said because I'm running out of time right now. Okay, in today's edition, the spurious allegation against the diaspora Nigerians on the emergence of Buhari, a preemptive cure against another infection. Yeah, this is a warning to Nigerians right now. As they are gathering again, you see El-Rufai, you see Atiku, you see all of them. I warn you now, they are not for Nigeria. If you vote for any of those Fulani elites, they will finish off Nigeria. They don't belong to Nigeria. They want to build their country. Every opportunity they have, they will add a block to it. Buhari has successfully destroyed our armed forces, and that is something we should be concerned about. We have to build a new armed forces to counter these people, because the armed forces of Nigeria is no longer the armed forces of the Nigerian people. Take it or leave it, whether you like it or not, but I've said it, I know it, and it is true. And then, okay, some will get angry with me, but majority will know the truth today about what happened to make Nigeria the needless hell it is right now. Leadership is action. And the consciousness of citizens without condition is a must for the leaders to work in their best interests. Nigeria lacks both leadership and citizens' consciousness and patriotism. Yes, how many of you love Nigeria? I know I've heard some children who say they don't love Nigeria because Nigeria has not done anything for them. Nigeria has done so much for you. If it's only the identity, if it is the arable land, Nigeria is a very beautiful land. The problem of Nigeria is the Nigerian people. The problem of Nigeria is the Nigerian leadership. We, the people of Nigeria, are very corrupt. Yeah, we have become so corrupt right now that when we have an opportunity to choose leadership, we choose criminals, we choose terrorists, we choose bandits, we choose vagabonds, we choose thieves. Who are you to blame when Nigeria gets bad? The country is a very beautiful country, the most beautiful country on earth. I don't know any country that is as beautiful as Nigeria. Yes, 90%, maybe 99% of arable land. Are we farming enough to feed ourselves? These criminals, they seize our oil sector. Yeah, all the millionaires in the oil industry are Fulanis. Me, I am from the Niger Delta. You, some of you who are watching me, your fathers and mothers are from the Niger Delta. You live in penury. We eat and drink our pee and shit. Yes, because of environmental degradation. And what do we do? When, especially the young ones, especially from the ones in the Niger Delta, they were lying behind Asari Dokubo, a thief, and the agent of these evil people. Yes, and Tompolo, another thief. Now, know now that those two people are your enemies. They don't work for your interest. They are not working in the interest. They are working for their pockets. The small one they give them, these people think that you have collected your own. So it's time. If you are following Asari Dokubo or you are following Tompolo, distance yourself from them. Turn your backs on them. Let the vampires eat them. They are evil. They are accessory of evil against you and your future. Hear me. All right. We as a people, me as a human being, the ONN, we are not afraid of speaking out and speaking the truth about Nigeria because we are sovereign. We are sovereign patriots. And because we are stakeholders in its destiny. We can't afford to be bystanders because the cost of doing so is too high to contemplate. That is why I'm inviting you to the Open Nigeria movement right now. The Open Nigeria movement right now. The Open Nigeria movement right now. Are you hearing me? Go to Facebook right now. Look for the Open Nigeria movement. Now, I'm going to show you the picture so that when you search, you're getting to the right destination. Now, to end this whole discussion, Jonathan Goodluck was a disaster who derailed because of greed for a second term when he did nothing with the first 6 years that he had to stamp his authority with performance in a manner that everyone would be begging him to continue. How come you accusing the diaspora? How come you forgot about how the pressure the diaspora mounted that forced the Nigerian corrupt Senate under David Mark to install him president through the ridiculous doctrine of necessity after the death of Yaradua against the evil intentions of the ever-corrupt and savage Fulani elites and their backing that led to his election as president on his own in 2011. How come you are now holding us accountable with all that we did? He failed to grant the diaspora the access to voting in Nigerian elections as agreed, like other countries do for their citizens everywhere in the world. In addition to failing to be decisive with the fight against terrorism, even as the ICC was prepared to work with him to arrest and prosecute those known masterminds of the evil of terrorism. Did you know that the ICC, through Mr. Ocampo, when the United Nations building in Abuja was bombed by terrorists, yes, led by Aminu Sokoto. Do you know More Ocampo came into Nigeria? He told Jonathan Goodluck, give us the list of those who mastermind terrorism in Nigeria and stay away. We will deal with them like we dealt with Omar Bashir in Sudan. You know, they placed him on a no-fly. He was scared of leaving Sudan until he was arrested. Omar Bashir is today in jail. You remember how they were stoning him on the street of Khartoum when they were taking him to prison? Yes, that was the best ICC could have done or had done for any country. They offered to help Nigeria to end this madness before we got to where we are. You want to hear what Jonathan Goodluck told him? Now, I read it again. Mr. Luis Ocampo came to Nigeria and asked him to give the ICC the list of the masterminds of the evil of terrorism in the country after the attack on the UN building in Abuja in 2011. But he declined and instead told him that it was a domestic issue that Nigeria would handle internally. It was Jonathan Goodluck who brought Buhari to power through his many spineless acts that people misinterpreted as wisdom and good leadership. A leader should have balls to act beyond smiling. The rogues who call themselves northern leaders have been taking all of us for granted because we were taught to be tolerant to a point of stupidity. They told him to fire Dr. Festus Odomegu as the chairman of the National Population Commission, so they would back him for second term after the man had mapped Nigeria for the first biometric census in the world, and he foolishly did it. And the man's efforts were scuttled, and the rogues had their way as usual and unleashed the orgy of violence that scared the people of Nigeria ahead of the electoral stampede that brought Buhari to power. It was Jonathan Goodluck who made Buhari president. And that was why he considered defeat before vote counting was over. The people of Nigeria and the world. My name is Madu Ajaja. I am the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN. Thank you very much for being part of this live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you who took time off his or her busy schedule to be part of this. I love you guys and would love to hear from you in the comment section. I would have read through all the statements. I saw so much of statements here. I'm pressed for time right now. I have to be at another engagement. And hopefully during the week when I'll be more relaxed, I'll be more than happy to spend more time with you guys to take questions. And this discussion on Nigeria, Buhari, and the corrupt northern elites and the corrupt Nigerian political architecture will continue. Goodbye. And I love you guys. And again, I ask those who are visiting here for the very first time and they have not subscribed to our channel, please do us a favor by subscribing. We will sincerely and deeply appreciate you. And those who are returning, we love you and for your loyalty. We continue to really thank you for helping us grow to the length where we are right now, especially as we are growing organically. We love that. We love that. We are talking to real human beings, people who are willing to solve problems. Much love from me to you. Bye for now, and I love you.